Welcome back to Katia's Buzz. Today I'm going to go over the Parrot Anafi drone and I'm going to compare it to the DJI because I've been flying a DJI for a little over a year and I just turned to the Parrot Anafi and I am super psyched. I really like this drone. For some reason I find it easier to manipulate, easier to fly, and it's a little bit simpler, and there are no issues with permission to fly in certain zones. Alleluia. So the Anafi is from France and it's probably the lightest drone there is in 4K. It comes in this cute little bag. It's super light. So we're gonna open it. So you have everything here. Your drone is here and then the rest of the stuff is on the box. It comes with 2 extra batteries, all the cables you need, and some extra propellers. And it has a little SD card of 16 gigabytes. The batteries are just like that. They're very light also, and they charge in 2.5 hours. I have an extra charger that actually charges the 3 batteries at the same time plus the controller, and that's really helpful if you want to go on site to get ready. Everything is done at the same time. So I'm opening the drone, pulling it out, and you see it is super small, super light. Look at the comparison with the DJI. This is super light. This in comparison is really heavy. It somehow, because of it, feels more secure, more professional because it's heavier, it looks more bulky, and this looks like a toy. Like at the beginning when I received it, I was like, what am I getting myself into? But even with wind, it holds its thing. It's pretty cute and I really, really like it a lot. It weighs only 11.3 ounces, which is just enough to require an FAA registration. It measures 2.5 by 2.6 by 9.6 inches when it's folded and 2.5 by 6.9 by 9.4 inches when it's out and ready to fly. Boom, boom, that's all you do. You see the gimbal is also not protected. You just pull that little thing and voila, this is your drone. It's built with lightweight plastic and carbon fiber. The propellers are super small and they're made with lighter weight material. So this is for the Anafi drone itself. The case itself is very nice. It's very compact, it's super light. You have to be careful with this when you have the drone inside. It just requires you to close this part, otherwise it all falls when you close it. So be careful, make sure you close it up correctly. All right, straight out of the box, you pull out the controller. This is the SkyController 3. It is also very light. I really like the way it feels when you're flying the drone. You don't need to start anything. You pop it open, it starts by itself. You slide your iPhone right here. You charge your controller with the USB-C and you connect to your iPhone with the USB-A port. These 2 things are really great. This one is how you tilt your camera up and down. It goes all the way down, completely looking down, straight down, and it looks up, which many other drones don't provide. So it's really cool to create some really nice footage that you may not have with another drone. And this one here is awesome. It's a zoom. So let's say you're looking at anything that's of interest and you're kind of far away. You don't have to move your drone to get closer. You just use the zoom, whoop, and you come so close to it. It's really fantastic. So you actually can, fly and move the zoom at the same time, and it creates some pretty cool effects. You don't need a controller. You can actually fly your drone directly from your iPhone or Android, whatever it is you use. However, I think this is a lot better. It really makes it a lot easier for you to move around. I think it's safer. So I recommend you definitely get the controller. It is super light and I think it is extremely easy to use. It works very well with the Parrot FreeFlight 6 that you need to download online for free on both Android and iOS. And as soon as you open your controller, bloop, it starts up. And as soon as you connect your iPhone to your controller, it's going to start the app, and it's going to ask you to do what you need to do. If you need to calibrate your drone or your gimbal, it also has everything you need. It has the map, it has the aerial, it has all the settings you need for your camera, for anything you need. And it's very easy to set up your return to home, your settings, what you want, how far you want it to go, your distance, all of that stuff is very easy, and you can find it without really having to look for it. I thought it was a lot more complex with the DJI. I find that on this one, I don't have to look for anything. It's right there. There is even a checklist in there that I think is really a good place to have it, because if you want to go over the checklist, it's available right there digitally. And you have to go through a checklist when you go fly, because first of all, that's part of your FAA Part 107 certificate, and it's really important that you make sure you don't forget anything. So make sure you go over your checklist before, during, and after. I think the camera on the Anafi is really good quality as well. I was very surprised. It films in 4K HDR 30 frames per second, and all the settings with manual are really pretty good. Like, I've really not had many issues with the lighting. It automatically takes care of everything. It gives some pretty good quality visuals. And so I'm super psyched. I think it's a really good drone. It's only $500 or so, and you're not gonna find something for that price. Now, if you work for government, you're not allowed to use DJIs anymore. You're allowed to use Parrots. The Anafi has been discontinued, so you have a few left on the Amazon. For that price, there's really nothing else in the market that you will be able to use, so if I were you, I would jump on it. The Parrot Anafi comes with a 16 gig memory card. So this is actually hidden under the battery of the drone. You press this and you slide it down. You take this off, battery. You make sure you put the little cap back into your battery before you put it in the bag so you don't damage your battery. For right now, I'm gonna put it here. The 16 gigabyte of SD card gives you about 20 minutes of footage. I purchased another one that's 256 gigabytes. That gives me about 320 minutes of footage, and that's in 4K, so that's much better. Now you see where it is. It's right under the battery, and it feels super flimsy, but the way to change it or to take it down to get your footage is you push it down and it takes out the little metal piece, and then you just get it out just like that. Then you do what you need to do, and when you have emptied it, you come back and you put it here, and then up, you lock it out, and it's done. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna put back the battery. I'm gonna put back the little cap here. Boop, 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 boop. I take my super light drone back into its box. You have to be careful when you put it back. You have to make sure that the propellers are inside. You take that cap, cover it up, make sure this is closed, and then you turn everything back and you're ready to go. I, for some reason, like the way it flies better. I like the controller better. I like the application better. I like the authorization, the no need authorization to fly a lot better. It does not require permission to fly in certain zones, which is a huge plus. DJI gave me a ton of problems with permission because I have to always fly in the airport area. And even though I had the proper authorization, I found tons of issues where I was on lockdown that I was not at all authorized to fly for XYZ reasons. With this thing, doesn't matter, you put it in the ground or you put it in your hand, you can actually start it directly from your hand, and whoop, it flies out and it doesn't ask questions. You are responsible. And all in all, I probably would recommend using a Parrot Anafi over a DJI Pro. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. I have used both. I used the DJI for over a year. I just started using the Parrot Anafi for a week and a half. However, I'm already thinking that I like it so much better. It's so much easier. It feels so much more natural. The application is so much simpler. For a beginner, I think it's probably going to be super easy and affordable. So let me know what you think. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're going to get your hands on a Parrot Anafi because they're pretty cool. Thank you very much for watching this video, for coming back to Katia's Buzz. Please make sure you press like and subscribe to my channel so you get more videos like this. It's going to be all about media production or drone. Have a beautiful rest of the day and see you around. Take care.